Hi, first grade families and friends. It is Miss Burns here. We are on week 4 of Teleschool, and this is day 4's math lesson. So yesterday we started talking about collecting and organizing data. We're reviewing 1MD4. This is a standard that we've covered several times throughout the year. And we started talking about several different keywords. We said that when we're organizing data, we first need to sort all of our items into categories or groups. When we sort, we put like things together. For example, all of the triangles are together, all of the circles together, all of the squares are together. And once they are sorted into categories, we can then count how many are in each category and represent that count with tally marks. After you are able to represent how many are in each category, we can answer questions about the total number of data points that we have, or how many we have altogether. Here's what we're working on today. Today we're going to be comparing data. When we compare, we're looking for what is the same about two groups, and then if there is a difference, whether that be how many more one group has than another, or how many fewer one group has than another. So we're going to do the following today. I can use the buddy up strategy, I'm going to show you what that looks like, to find how many more are in one category than another. So let's take a look. Here's our anchor chart, and yesterday we used our anchor chart to just collect and organize data. We were able to go through and count how many of each type of flower we had, how many red, we had 4, orange 5, and purple 2. We did that in real life. Instead of using flowers, we actually went through and used Taco Bell sauce packets. Miss Burns is quite the collector of these, and I have a variety of different kinds. Our first category was the mild sauce, our next category was the hot sauce, our last category was the fire sauce. And we organized that data and put it into a chart, which I will refer to in just a second. But today, we want to be able to compare the categories of data to find how many more one has than another. So let's take a look at our flowers. If we want to know how many more, we can use the buddy up strategy. Here's what that looks like. If we were looking for how many more orange flowers there are than purple, we're first going to label our category. We're going to draw circles to match the number that are in that category, and do the same for the category we are comparing. Once we have drawn those circles, do you notice a mistake? Did I label how many purple flowers there are? Silly Miss Burns, there we go. Once we have drawn circles to represent how many flowers are in each category, then we're going to buddy them up. We want to see how many buddies are the same in each category, and then what's different. So here we go. We went buddy, buddy. So both orange and purple have 2 flowers. But now purple has run out of buddies. There are no more purple flowers to match up or buddy up with our orange flowers. So orange must have 1, 2, 3 more flowers than purple. We're going to do that today as we take a look at our Taco Bell sauce packet data. So here we go. We're going to be comparing data, and here's the data we collected yesterday. We found that mild had 4 sauce packets. Hot had 5, 10, 11 sauce packets, and fire had 5, 6 sauce packets. We have 2 questions to answer. I'm going to answer the first one, and then you can go ahead and help me answer the second one. The first question asks, how many more hot packets are there than fire? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is take a look at my table. I notice that I'm comparing hot and fire. I don't care about mild right now. If you need to put something over it to get it out of your way so that you're not focused on it, you can. Or if you can just mentally look at it and erase it so that you are just focused on hot and fire, that's perfectly fine too. So I want to know how many more hot there are than fire. Well, I'm going to draw a representation of how many hot packets I have. And to start doing that, I'm first going to label with H for hot. That way I can keep track of what I'm drawing. I'm drawing 11 circles to represent the 11 hot sauce packets. Here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm also going to label it at the end with 11, so I know there are 11 sauce packets there. Now, be careful. For the last several weeks, while we have been working on two-digit addition, every time I had you draw a picture, I had you draw it inside of a what? An invisible 10 frame. That's not going to work here. If I were to bring my 6th hot sauce packet down to build an invisible 10 frame, I wouldn't be able to buddy up with the fire packets that are going to be down here. You'll see that in just a second. Make sure that you are drawing your representation in a straight line. So now I'm going to show how many fire packets I've got. F for fire, my table tells me I have 6. So I'm going to draw 6 circles to represent the 6 fire packets. Here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm labeling it with a 6, so I know there are 6. Here's where the buddying up comes in. I want to see what is the same about the hot and the fire packets so that I can then see how many more hot packets I have. I'm going to do that by buddying up any that are alike. So these two can be buddies, 2, 3 buddies, 4 buddies, 5 buddies, 6 buddies. They have 6 buddies in common. Each of these types, hot and fire, have 6 packets. But look at this. Hot has all these leftovers. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leftovers, and the fire sauce packets ran out. There are no more to buddy up. So hot must have 5 more hot than fire. My leftovers tell me how many more. Let's take a look at this last one. And if you'd like to solve this with me, you can go right ahead. Let's read it together. How many more fire packets are there than mild? Okay, so I'm comparing. I want to see what's the same and different about the fire and the mild. And I'm looking for how many more fire has. So fire must have more than mild. Right now, I only care about fire and mild. I don't care about hot. So if I need to cover that up to get it out of my way, I can. I only want to focus on fire and mild. So I'm going to start by drawing a representation of how many fire I have. Here I go. F for fire. I'm looking over at my table and I know that we have 6 fire packets. So I'm going to draw 6 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure we're not coming down into an invisible 10 frame. We're making this in a straight line so that we can easily buddy up with our next category. 6 fire. Now I need to find out how many mild I have. Well, mild, I have 4 mild packets. M for mild and 4 packets. Here I go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to buddy them up. When I buddy them up, I'm going to show what is the same about both categories and what is different. Here I go. Buddy, they have 1 buddy, 2 buddy, 3 buddy, 4 buddies. But now mild has run out. He doesn't have any more buddies that he can give to fire. So fire must have, let's see, 1, 2 more packets than mild. The leftovers tell us how many more. 2 leftovers, so there are 2 more fire packets than mild. I'm going to write that. 2 more fire than mild. Great. When we are comparing data, the buddy up strategy is going to be helpful. We can use it either to help us find how many more we have in one category over another, or how many less or fewer. The buddy up strategy is going to show you what is the same about both categories, and then those leftovers are going to tell you how many more. Tomorrow, we're going to use the buddy up strategy again, but we're going to use it to find how many less or how many fewer. Thanks so much for watching, friends. Go ahead and click below the video and complete your assignment. See you guys tomorrow.